Hello. I considered making this video at home, but I decided that I was going to make it here because this is a manifestation. This was not just as simple as getting online and booking a trip. When I first started manifesting this, I had not traveled in 6 years. I had zero income. I had no job. My business was not doing very well. And yet I knew that sometime soon I was going to end up on a beach. This took me less than 6 months. And this was a series of opportunities and overcoming adversities. At no point from the get-go was this easy, and it was never just about just getting online and booking a trip. It was a series of opportunities and adversities, overcoming those adversities. So it seemed appropriate that I would make a video while I'm here. So I want to talk a little bit about the work. I know I've talked about it before, but the work is what you do in the moment. Because I will hear a lot of people say, I'm doing the work, or I've done all I can do. So I want to sort of visit these ideas. So the first thing I want to address is the work. So while yes, there is work to feel better, when we say that's the work, that's only the start of the work. Because feeling better is one thing, but then being in alignment with what you want is something completely different. I suppose not completely different, but it's another level. So I can feel really great and be out of alignment with what I want. I can feel really great and fear and doubt that it will never happen and still continue to react to circumstances as though they matter. But circumstances don't matter. And that's why circumstances don't matter. That is the work. Through the circumstances, shifting into that, this doesn't matter because it's already happening. This is a bridge to what I am creating. Somehow this will take me there. There is the seed of something equal or greater hidden within this. And so that's one point that I want to talk about. But it's important to understand the doing, the idea that, well, what can I do to make this happen? Or I've done all that I can do. Because manifesting, its very first principle, yes, it's not a doing process. It's a feeling being process. And while yes, there are aspects of manifestation that are 100% doing, hands down. But I want you to really understand that anything metaphysical, its very first principle, that means at its base level, it's energetic. So you must start with the energy. You must start with your own energetic alignment. And that doesn't mean being happy all the time. Because being in alignment with something and having a crappy day are not synonymous with one another. They are mutually exclusive. So it's important to recognize that when you say, I've done all I can do, or what can I do, you're missing the mark. The mark is, do I feel it's mine? It's important to ask yourself when you find yourself sort of caught up in circumstances, and I 100% can do that. So I don't say this with any judgment. I say this from experience, that when you find yourself caught up in looking externally and thinking, this is never going to happen for me. I feel like it's not going to happen. I look around and I'm not seeing what I want. I want you to recognize that the minute you step into this, you're in that state. You're in the state, you're out of alignment with what you want. And so that is where the work comes in. Not just to feel better, but to get into alignment with, this is happening for me. It's already happening. I'm not waiting. So I want you to think a little bit about waiting. Waiting, that implies often it's coming, but it can also imply it's not coming. But it's a state. It's not really so much about what it's implying, it's a state. So if you think about the feeling right now, think about something, bring into your mind something that you're waiting for. And just notice how that feels, that sense of I'm waiting for it. When you're waiting for it, that's a change in state. Now I want you to shift into imagining you know that it's going to happen in, say, 3 days. In 3 days it's happening, you already know. So technically you're waiting, but your state is completely different because your state is not waiting. Your state is now knowing. And that's the difference. And so when we say, well, I'm going to do this thing while I wait for my manifestation, often what happens is we really subtly shift into that first state. That state of not really knowing, that state of where we invite in fear and doubt. Because we're waiting, and when we're waiting, you open the door to, well, when is it going to happen? Well, when? But when you're knowing, you don't need to, you immediately are not asking the question when, because you know that it's coming to you. And so that is the state. When I say it's happening right now, that's what I mean. It's happening right now. So practice that, because manifesting, its very first principle is a being and feeling process. It's about being in a state. It's about being the person for whom it's a foregone conclusion. And from there may be action to take before you can have it. But it always starts with be. And so this is where your focus should be. And when you find yourself looking around at your external circumstances and wondering what do you need to do to make it happen, and this is very subtle. You might have to practice getting into this orientation. Because often we wonder, well, what do I need to do so this will change? What I'm experiencing is very negative and I don't like it and I need to do something to change it. The only thing you need to do is change yourself within. Creation happens within. And so when you find yourself looking around and thinking, this may never happen, I feel doubt, I don't know what I can do, I want you to ask yourself, is this internal focus or external focus? Because then the focus needs to go within and resolving at the energetic level. Because everything metaphysical, its very first principle is the energy. Its very first principle is essentially dealing with the alignment. And when you're looking around and thinking, I don't think this will happen, or I don't know how, or giving meanings to your external circumstances that are not in alignment with the end, then you are out of alignment. You are out of energetic alignment. You are out of your assumption. And so I kind of want to let you ponder this for a while. And I am going to enjoy the rest of my last day here. And I'd love to hear your comments. And if this was helpful, like, share, and subscribe.